Hello, race fans. Welcome to Freaky Fast Broadcasting. And we're back here on a wonderful Sunday night here on this Memorial Day weekend here at the Daytona International Speedway for some NASCAR road course racing here in the NASCAR Next Gen Cup Series car here with Sim Racing Unleashed. Yes, that's right. Freaky Fast Broadcasting is back with one of our longtime leagues partnered back up with Sim Racing Unleashed, and we will be bringing you their season live here every Sunday night. And what a pleasure it will be. As I am Zach Hall up in the booth, we'll have Lee Tidwell up here joining me, and we'll have Robert Moyer Jr. in the producer's box running all the cameras. But Lee, good thing to be back here tonight, man. Some left and right action, but man, SRU back with Freaky Fast Broadcasting.
You know, season 10 with Sim Racing Unleashed, they had to bring the A team back together to broadcast this monumental season for Sim Racing Unleashed. So they brought me and you and Oz himself back here to SRU to broadcast. Had a great first race, and then with a vacation of sorts last weekend. Not only were we off with Freaky Fast Broadcast, but Sim Racing Unleashed decided to take the week off as well and have race number 2 here tonight so we can all be here and enjoy it. So looking forward to getting our season back underway. Looking now at the 81 of Steven Stempien as we still have a minute and a half or so left in practice. He's one to watch for tonight. Always has a good showing no matter where we are, but on road courses, Stemp seems to have a different gear that he pulls out.
Yeah, he's looking very strongly. Stempien, definitely a guy looking to prove something here tonight at the Daytona road course. And I'm excited to see what he can do because, you know, these cars bring in a whole different playing field of driving, just with some different gearboxes compared to our traditional gearbox that we had with the current NASCAR Cup Series cars. So I'm interested to see which driver masters that most quickly. And at the moment right now, Mark Whitley, last season's champion in Season 9, starting off pretty well here at the Daytona road course after, you know, last week not being able to bring home that victory. He's going to try to bring home a victory, though, here in week number 2.
Yeah, tonight, 35 laps at the Daytona road course. No fast repairs, of course. 3 sets of tires. Previous race winner Hunter Hayward, top 5 in points so far this season after 1 race. Hunter Hayward in first position. Leffler in second. Love in third. Luke Lafaro fourth. Jason T. Adams, Mr. Constitution, in fifth. Points are as follows. First place gets 43. Second place 42. Third 41, and so on till you get to the end of the thing. The end of the thing. Yes, that's professional league. Good job, sir. The end of the field for the evening. Bonus points given for pole position, laps led, most laps led, and finished with 0x. Penalty points, 1 point for every 5x, 5 points for jumping a restart, and 100 points for intentional wrecking. You can tell your rookies designated by the little R's next to their name. Your Season 9 champion was Mark Whitley. Rookie of the year for Season 9 was James Bryan. As we get set for qualifying here at the Daytona road course, as you said, Mark Whitley throwing down the fastest lap. Mark has really shown some chutzpah here with SRU.
Yeah, he really has. He's grown a lot as a driver, and I've raced Mark personally a lot, and I know how good Mark is. And it's really cool to see him putting down this best time here in this practice session. Let's see if he can back it up here in qualifying, Lee. But really the big thing I got to focus on for Mark is if he can keep that pace up during the race, he is going to be a major threat. Can he keep them tires under him? That is going to be the valuable thing to see. And you never know. We could see somebody qualify not that well, but just be better with the tire management and drive through the field. So I'm interested to see, you know, how the speed compares to how race pace is. But speed's what's going to get you on the pole, and they're going to have to show it here as we have entered that qualifying session.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of specialty paint schemes here tonight. Oh, spinning it. Got a little lawnmower in there. See a lot of specialty paint schemes tonight for the Memorial Day weekend. And I'd like to say thank you to everyone who did provide the ultimate sacrifice. Anyone who has served in the military and helped protect our great country. So thank you so very much.
Yes, that's definitely right here, Lee. Freaky Fast Broadcasting wants to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day coming up tomorrow. So this weekend here is always about racing, and look at these beautiful paint schemes that we get here in racing to remember all the fallen ones we've had provided for this great country here in the United States. So really a great weekend for racing. and I'm excited to see how this shakes out. But right now, looking at track temp, man, 127 degrees, Lee. That is a blistering track temp here as we ride on board with Whitley coming to start his qualifying lap.
Yeah, Whitley in that 77 Pepsi machine getting done with his warm-up lap. And that's the thing. We've got lots of cars out on the track, but nobody really setting a time as of yet until now. Whitley going through and now down into turn number 1. That is going to be interesting on the start of the race. The restarts, that first turn, that hard sweeping left hand. That is going to be something that definitely will be watched. How come there's a daggum Ferris wheel only when it's a road course race? I never get to see a Ferris wheel and swinging twirly swings by the lake when it's this super speedway race. But you got a road course, then you put the carnival out there. That's where the good funnel cakes are, is when carnies make it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think they need to keep that there at all times. I love the addition of that, and just having cool attractions beside the track are always a cool addition in my part for a racetrack. So cool to see that there as still riding on board with Whitley. He's looking to put together a pretty good lap. And you know what we were looking at here, 5-minute qualifying session. I just put that in my brain. It's a 2-minute lap around here, so you're going to have to leave right as soon as that qualifying lap starts. You're only going to be able to get 1 lap into at that lead. So any mistake like we see with Steven Stipien, he is at threat of not getting a lap done. As he just crossed the start finish line there with 3 minutes and 15 seconds start with that lap. I don't think he'll be able to put a lap down personally, because it's around that 2-minute mark for a lap.
So Brandon Colley out on the YouTube saying that the carnival takes up space in the infield for camping. Well, they can do without 15 campers, so I can have a daggum Ferris wheel and carny made, funnel cakes and caramel apples and big turkey legs. And the best, most massive burrito I've ever had came from a carnival, and it was, I had chili and cheese all on top of it. And I was stuck in the bathroom for about 45 minutes after I ate this thing, but it was so daggum good.
Making me a little bit hungry now, Lee. We're gonna have to find a concession stand at some point during this race, possibly.
Make sure Carney works in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe we can get a hold of the
nine
burritos.
fingers and lazy eye, but best funnel cakes you can get.
I love funnel cakes. I think a lot of people would be a fan of that. And look at the times that are being put down. Mark Whitley's loving the Daytona road courses. He's right now almost a second ahead of this whole entire field with a 1:53.323 for that first position at the moment right now.
Yeah, Collie actually called it out on YouTube, saying it's going to be between Hayward and Whitley. And you got Whitley and Hayward 1-2 at the moment. Rosero, the rookie, in 3rd position. Yarrow in 4th. Leffler in 5th. Luke Lafaro in 6th. Todd Neese 7th. Derek Love, another rookie, in 8th. Mark Koscheck in 9th. And Kerry Chim in 10th position. We still have a few cars out there. Stipien about to throw his lap down. Oh, did he have enough time? No, he did not. Stipien will go with no qualified time, as he was almost to the line when the timer ran out. And Zach, we get set to set the starting lineup here from the Daytona Road Course and the Simbox sponsored race here this evening. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Mark Whitley going to start from that pole position. Second's going to be Hunter Hayward after winning last week here at the Oval. Third's going to be Michael Rosario, the rookie. Fourth's going to be Michael Yarrow. Fifth's going to be Stephen Leffler. Sixth is going to be Luke Lafaro. Seventh, Todd Neese. Eighth's going to go to Derek Love. Ninth's going to be Mark Koscheck. 10th's going to be Kerry Chim. 11th will go to Brad Delth. 12th, Dave Bush. 13th is going to be Jason Adams. 14th, Robert Cheswick. 15th, Steven Stipien. 16th is going to be Lane Doole. 17th is the 18th, Aaron Brown, the rookie. 18th is going to be James Bryan. 19th is going to be Aaron Bradford. 20th is going to be Clifton Ashley. 21st, Kyle Nadeau. And round out your field in the 22nd position is Jeff Dotson, another rookie.
As we get set for the Budget Sim Boxes 120 from Daytona International Speedway Road Course. Lee Tidwell, Zach Hall, and Oz himself. Robert A. Moya set to bring you all of the action. As always trips me out the way that they all line up in the middle of the backstretch for the half a parade lap around this thing.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. You would think they would line up maybe after the the bus stop here. But I'm telling you, I'm glad they do it here at least and not at the pit road because that'd be a pretty long pace lap.
Yeah, we were talking about pace laps at Sonoma
Yes.
last night, and I wasn't there to call the race for Sonoma, so I didn't get to experience that extremely long pace lap. But Robert definitely was chatting it up in our headset about it.
It is definitely a long pace lap at Sonoma. Any road course, I mean, you think about it. We were at Pocono last night here, Freak Fast Broadcast, and you do a lap there. It's about a minute lap, and then a caution lap there is 2 minutes. So you think a lap here is 2 minutes under qualifying, and you're probably looking at about a 4 to 5 minute pace lap.
And it's going to be fun to watch tonight, these next gen cars. We haven't, last at Daytona 2 weeks ago when we called SRU, it was our first time calling next gen cars. And it was for any race, albeit Daytona Super Speedway. But now the first road course, Roval race that we're really calling with these next gen cars. How are they going to react? How are they going to handle 127-degree track temperature at the moment, as you talked about earlier, Zach? What's tire and fuel mileage going to look like? This is something that is really going into the unknown with these guys.
I completely agree with you there, Lee. It's going completely into the unknown, and that's what's going to make this personally the most exciting for me as a driver that hasn't got much experience in this car. I think we're going to learn a lot tonight about this car because we've seen, first of all, the plate race. Now we're about to see them here on a road course. I can't wait till we see the next iteration with a regular intermediate oval. But this season's definitely got a lot in store for us here at Freaking Fast Broadcast and SRU. Let's see how it all shakes out.
Whitley and Hayward will break them to the line. Barney the flag guy waves his little arm. Green flag with Budget's Inbox 120 here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Looking to go 3 wide down into turn 1. Whitley, Hayward, and Rosero. Diving it down in. It's going to be Whitley in the lead. Right behind him, Hunter Hayward and Rosero. Rosero's going to move up into second position. Hayward back into third. Yarrow fourth. Leffler in fifth as we now have the big sweeping right-hand turn. Little tire smoke there from Mark Whitley gives Rosero an opportunity to close the gap a little bit. 1-2 is now pulled away from 3 Hunter Hayward.
Tires starting to come up to temp here on this first lap. It's definitely a little hairy. It looks like we got one car off track there at the moment. It looks like that's the 17 there. Just trying to get back on track for Kerry Chim.
Yeah, Kerry Chim, the 17, off track as Rosero pulls right to the back of Mark Whitley as we are coming into turn number 6 here at the Daytona Road Course. Sweeping left hand up into 7 and 8, which is the traditional 1 and 2 around the Super Speedway. Mark Whitley continues to be in the lead, 7/10 was second in front of Rosero in second position. Hunter Hayward in third, Stephen Leffler fourth, Michael Yarrow will be in fifth, and you got Luke Ferraro, Todd Neese, Derek Love, Brad Delph, and Steven Stempien will round out your top 10. Looking now at the 23 of Rosero. He is riding in second position going through that bus stop. That's a dangerous area, is that bus stop. It looks like everyone made it through there pretty easily. These cars. Hayward, yes, spinning. Hayward's going to lock her up right there in the middle, trying to get out of everyone's way. Big mistake for Hunter Hayward.
Yeah, and that's going to compound itself there. At least no damage for himself. He's going to get it back going, but, man, going to lose a lot of track position, a lot of time. But he just got to stay methodical here. A road course race is where you got to focus to be able to make up time.
Leffler missed the chicane. Has to slow it down there as he just overshot it. Whitley pulls out now a almost 2-second lead over Rosero. I bet it's Rosero.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, Rosero.
We'll get it right.
And now Leffler has Yarrow pulling up to the back of him. So that mistake by Leffler giving Yarrow the opportunity to close a little bit of gap. And then back behind them, you're going to have Todd Neese, Brad Delph. Aaron Brown moves up to 7th. LaFaro down to 8th. Stempien in 9th. Derek Love, another rookie, in 10th position at number 87.
Yeah, and, we've seen a lot of locking up of the tires on that first lap. That, a lot of that is the cold tires. But just getting a little bit of word, talk to a few drivers this week about this car here. And, the big thing I heard is you got to be careful on the brakes. These brakes are so much more powerful and bigger than the brakes we had on our previous Cup cars, that they have so much more braking power that these cars don't generate a lot of downforce. So if you put that much braking force into the tire, it ends up locking up that tire. And lockups lead to a lot of wear, and that's one way you can really end up hurting your long run speed is by locking that tire up continuously each lap. But at the moment, not seeing a lot more of it as these tires are coming to temp, so most likely it was a cold tire.
Looking at the 87 of Derek Love. Started in 8th, riding in 8th at the moment, right behind LaFaro, in front of Lane Doyle, who has moved up to 9th position in that Bob Ross number 32.
Well, man, I tell you what, there's definitely some big movers through the field at the moment, with a few guys definitely making mistakes here in the early going. I believe Stimpy's up 5 spots up to that 10th position. But just with that mistake in qualifying, we've seen how quick he was in practice up there near the top of the board. But qualifying 15th and not getting that lap in is now 15 seconds behind leader Mark Whitley. That just shows you how much time you can lose by being back in the pack.
Yeah, looking out the 52.
Yeah, James
Bryan. He is riding in 13th position. Got Koscheck in front of him. 1.3 separates those two. Cheswick's going to be set riding 14th, back 12.5 seconds. So lots of gaps, lots of spread out here at the Daytona Road Course on lap number 3. Looking at the one of Todd Neese now, riding on board with him.
Yeah, these cars are so interesting. You know, we're riding on board here, listening to how different they sound. I mean, first of all, we got a 5-speed transmission here in these cars, so completely different in that realm of things. But also, you know, on the downshifts, you are still matching your revs normally. And look, there goes Hunter Hayward after his mistake gets by Todd Neese. Oh no, and that is a big mistake.
Into the wall.
Yeah, that is a race-ending mistake there. Hunter Hayward's race will quickly be over as he backs out of that wall, and he'll be bringing that thing to pit road. That's an easy mistake down into 6th. Very tough braking corner. He gotten way too hot. Had to let off the brake not to lose the rear on entry. Then once he let off the brake, he was going way too fast for the apex. And from there, he's just a passenger straight head first into them tire barriers.
Yeah, so Hunter Hayward self-inflicted wounds to both feet. As now we're looking at the 14 of Brad Delph riding in 4th position. He's up 7 spots from his start. Fastest lap of a 1:57.934. That is going to be 3 seconds off the pace of leader Mark Whitley.
Yeah, and I tell you, that's unfortunate for Hayward, the mistake he made there, because after the win last week, that's kind of one of those moments where you go from a hero to a zero 1 week. So definitely a huge mistake. But look at this, Steven Leffler and Steven Stippian battling for that 7th position. Steve Leffler's had a few mistakes early in the go and missing that chicane, and then having a few more going off track, I noticed. And there he goes, Stippian by for 7th. If Stippian would have got a qualifying lap in, man, he could have been looking at a very good finishing position, but still a long way to go in this race. He has a lot of time to make up, and he could possibly do it if he just stays consistent with a little bit of tire lock up there ahead of him.
Yeah, it's LaFaro.
Yeah, it looks like big lock up there for him in that corner.
Yeah, LaFaro kind of got a little squirrely coming round 2, and then once he hit 3, he locked up those brakes a little bit, and now gave everybody the opportunity to catch up with him. Is going to be Love, Stippian, and Leffler. A little lock up of the brakes of Lane Doyle now going through turn 5, that west horseshoe there.
And at the moment right now, our top two leaders who watch these battles, Rosario, he is really, Rosario, I will get that right, Michael, at some point. He's right now staying pretty stable with our leader of Mark Whitley. They last time by actually about 8/100ths quicker. So maybe the race pace could come back into the 23s, and we could see the rookie take a win from the champion.
Yeah, we always talk about road ringers, and especially when you get rookies in, you don't know what they are like. Are they a typical oval guy that drives road, or are they a road guy that dabbles in oval? That's you used to see that in NASCAR and stuff all the time.
Oh, for sure. I tell you what, when you go road course, you think you got everything figured out, Lee. You get there and you say, where did this guy come from? When was he a road course ringer? And you just figure out that guy, his skills just fits a road course track. Usually you see that usually the lead towards guys who usually race pretty good on the short tracks also, due to that braking and slow speed corners that we experience at road courses and short tracks. So it's definitely interesting to watch the style dependent racetracks. You know, we could go to the next racetrack and the guy who wins this race could be nowhere.
Looking at the 95 of Yarrow riding in third position, up one from his start. Yarrow is going to be 7 seconds behind Whitley, 3.6 behind Rosero.
And right now, all of them matching pretty good pace, other than Whitley last time by about a second quicker than the two there in second and third. And I tell you what, the two Michaels right now looking pretty similar in pace. Yarrow had a very quick time in practice, was the only other driver in the 53, so I'm interested to see if maybe his pace will continue long into the run, because Yarrow is one of the drivers that knows how to keep the tires under him and usually has good long run pace. So we'll have to watch. Only in lap 5 here, you're going to have to keep the tires under you, and we will have to make at least one pit stop. So when that pit stop happens, we'll have to see. Maybe these drivers run it backwards. That's kind of what you would normally do at a road course, especially if tire wear is not too big of an issue with fall off. But that all depends, like I said, on tire fall off. So we'll have to see.
Derek Love riding in fifth position. He's got LaFaro right in front of him, Stympian behind him as they enter the bus stop. These three have been pretty much nose to tail this entire lap. And he's been closing a little bit of the gap of LaFaro. A nice run here by the 87 of Derek Love, and then Stympian now up to 7th position.
Yeah, Stympian's slowly been ticking them off one by one each and every lap. And he's definitely closed in on this battle ahead of him. Next step ahead of them will be Brad Delph, and then it's a huge gap up to Michael Yarrow. So right now, from 4th on back to about the 7th position, it's on for a battle.
And Love with a great run there off the chicane, now down into one, hard on the brakes, trying to break underneath LaFaro. You can hear him downshifting right there. Oh, crossover. Here comes Stympian on the outside.
He made a move from, 10 car lengths back, Lee. That was a great braking maneuver by Stympian. And then look, Love loses the front end there on the braking. And now Stympian to the inside here on the exit. They're going to go to the kink side by side. Very tough corner heading up here on the left-hander.
Yeah, it's going to have Stympian on the right side, Love on the high side. Through the kink. Giggity now going into 5. Hard sweeping right turn. Stympian, now Leffler is now caught up with them as well. So it's going to be Love, Stympian, LaFaro, and Leffler. Nose to tail heading into 6. This is where we saw Hunter Hayward make a mistake. Stympian locks up the front brake a little bit. There's been a lot of lockups here today. I wonder if that's just something that, you talked about the oversized brakes and stuff on these next-gen cars. Is that something we're going to see in real life next year?
It's very possible. Also these cars are under development. That is the one big step that SRU took. They took a car that is under development from, not only NASCAR, but iRacing. This is not the full thing we could possibly see. So maybe the physics and technically the way the car drives right now may not exactly be right, but it is a common theme we're seeing right now with this car, a lot of locking up. But also, I can tell you this track also leads to a lot of locking up. I know that's one of the things I struggle with. Run many 24-hour races here in sports cars, and these things are like almost a sports car now with the way they handle and locking up the tire. You see there, left wheel locking up. Yeah, and the 20. Yeah, 20 misses the corner there, and now Stympian also trying to make a move on Derek Love up here now for a top 5 position. But when this track, for some reason, it just leads to a lot of locking up because there's a lot of corners where you're turning and braking. And when you turn and brake, it just really takes the weight off that inside tire, and that's when you're going to lock up.
And you can really just see the brakes working in the red glow right there of Stympian, of those front tires and those brake pads. There's so much friction.
Yeah, and that's going to be one thing I think you actually see more of in real life is a lot of glow in the rotors and just the visuals of the rotor, because we got these 18-inch tires now. No longer do we have these weld wheel rims that really conceal the brake rotors. These 18-inch rims are going to really show a lot of that rotor, and when guys are building heat up, you're going to see those things glow, and it could look pretty cool for some night races for sure.
So Love got a little loose there coming out of 6, heading into 7 behind Stympian. Then you're going to have Leffler behind him and LaFaro. So that 5th through 8th, still nose to tail. And that's what we've been concentrating on is Mark Whitley and has just taken off and left everybody except for Rosero.
Yeah, he's kept that gap like a few laps here and there. Lee Mark will be quicker than the 23, but then every now and then, like last time by, the 23 was quicker. So really, we're looking at kind of a tug of war right now between the lap times. That time, Mark Whitley about a half a second quicker. So it seems like if Whitley can hit his lap, he's quicker. But it seems like maybe Michael a little more consistent.
Yeah, and then Yaro's not too awful far behind. 8 seconds. We still got at least one pit stop in this situation. So, still time for Yaro to make a move. Brad Delph in 4th position. Stempien up to 5th. Love in 6th. Leffler 7th. LaFaro 8th. Todd Neese in 9th. Hunter Hayward has worked his way back into 10th position. 21 of Hunter Hayward. Let's take a look at him.
Oh, and he's spinning.
Oh, it spun it right then. Oh, I'm sorry, Hunter.
Well, don't worry. We didn't catch it on the broadcast. Nothing happened. Hunter Hayward did not spin in turn 1, and he's all good. Don't worry. See, he's going straight. He's completely fine. But he's just not having a day.
Go back to Stempien in the 81. Big battle going on. The 81 and the 87 of Derek Love. Love to the high side. They come diving down in, and you got Leffler right behind them along with LaFaro. This battle continues to brew back here for 5th position, riding down into turn number 6. Everybody smooth through there, powering out onto the main course and back to nose to tail. But I tell you what, Stempien, Love, Leffler, LaFaro, they have been just mousing around with each other. In and out, and you've seen different little passes here and there. This has been where the most action has been.
Oh, man, and up ahead of him, Brad Delph misses the bus stop. So that's going to give him a chance to get back here towards these guys. And I tell you what, Stempien looked to be pulling away from them. But like you said, Lee, he's not getting away now. He made a huge mistake off of turn 3 and lit the rear tires up. And really from there, them tires just haven't came back to him. But now they're catching up to Brad Delph, who had to serve his pit penalty, or the penalty for missing that bus stop. As it's going to be a 4-car battle now, as they're going to look to make it a 5-car with LaFaro getting back in the picture.
Oh, don't overshoot it. Step hits the turtle. Oh, and he about killed his car. Up underneath, Leffler underneath. Stempien will fall back to 7th.
Oh, man, yeah, that definitely did not help the race car. And, go fall back 2 positions now. But look at this little trade we got forward here from 4th, man. This is going to be the battle all night, looks like, here for these positions.
Yeah, Stemp looking to retake some spots. Now trying to chase down Leffler. We'll go high on Leffler. Swinging it all the way through. Leffler got a heck of a jump off of that. Trying to chase down Love here.
Yeah, Leffler really good power out of that corner there. Leads to get to the kink now down here into the horseshoe. And the 14 of Delph opens up the door. The 87 of Derek Love thinks about sticking it in there, and he goes, oh, never mind, that might have been a bad decision. And now they all race down the turn 6, heading back towards the oval.
Down in the 6, looking to see if there's any tire smoke, but not everyone's going to pull out. And my computer is trying to do a system update. No, not right now. Thank you, Bill Gates. Okay, back to the action. Leffler in 7th position. No, excuse me. Stempien in 7th. Leffler's in 6th. Love in 5th. Delph in 4th. And that is the nose to tail action you got going on. LaFaro trying to catch up. Todd Neese trying to make a run to get with this group as well.
Yeah, this is getting pretty wild. Man, look at this to the bus stop. Yeah, the 87, a big run. Brad Delph now going to be side by side for 4th.
Yeah, we're going to go Delph on the high side and Love on the low side. Leffler, Stempien, and LaFaro back behind them. Love will go underneath Delph, make the pass going into the chicane. Leffler right to the back end of Bradley Delph. They all make it through, heavy on the throttle across the start-finish line. It'll be lap 10 of 34 as we cross the line this time.
Oh man, Lee, you cracked me up, my friend. You cracked me up. As Derek Love now there in that fourth position. That puts two rookies in second and fourth. Rookies looking pretty good here tonight for those two, as two of the four in the top five. And Steven Leffler here, he's doing his best to work over Brad Delph. And, you know, Leffler's been looking pretty strong. I think he's got possibly something for Derek Love if he can get past the 14 of Brad Delph here. But Delph way better through the kink there, but now down into the hard-braking zone of 5.
Down into 5, as you said. Leffler looking down that inside, now hard on the throttle, looking to make a move, stick the nose inside of Bradley Delph. Not going to be able to, going into 6. Taking the turn out of 6 up onto the big bank turn. Ooh, Leffler got a little loose, gives Stimpy the opportunity down underneath, and Stimp will make the pass into 6. A little mistake from Leffler cost him big.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say there earlier. It looks like mistakes are what's leading to a lot of these passes here between these group of drivers. So who can make the least amount of mistakes might be able to get away, as Derek Love is trying to do his best to do that. Now is Stimpian back up into 6th.
The Stimpian in 6th, Delph in 5th, Love in 4th. Behind Stimp, Leffler 7th. LaFaro's fallen back a little bit there in the 8th position. Todd Neeson 9th. Whitley, Rosario, and Yarrow 1, 2, and 3 continue to lead this race. Lap 11 of 34 when we cross the line. Going through the chicane. We've seen people overshoot that, seen people hit that turtle. Turtle.
I'm not turtly enough for the Turtle Club, Lee. Just gotta watch out for them things. They will definitely get you. And I tell you what, 24 to go. The pit strategies. We got a question out there from Mr. Stimpian. And Mr. Stimpian, I was thinking the strategy tonight, it's most likely going to be around a halfway pit stop here, I imagine. So we're probably going to be seeing pit stops around lap 16. So right now on lap 11 of this race, we're about 5 laps away from, I think, we're seeing the very first pit stops happen.
Looking for pit stops coming up here.
And Mark Whitley's still out front doing a pretty good job. But I tell you what, oh no, the 23, I think he might be having some connection issues out here, as he did do a little bit of disappearing out there on the back straight, but he is back. He is not letting the past season champion get away here. He has kept him with 2.5 seconds pretty much throughout the whole entire run.
Little touch there by Leffler.
Ooh,
as we are racing. Yeah, we are racing hard. Leffler now will overtake Stimpy and move back up into 6th position.
It's the Steven and Steven show.
It truly was. They've just been leapfrogging each other over and over and over. In front of them, Brad Delph is now pulled out half a second over Leffler. And then Derek Love is checked out at over 3 seconds.
Yeah, Love is, ever since he's gotten past Emily, he's really just kind of gotten to a good rhythm and really put in the lap times to pull away from this group here. And that solidified him for 4th, at least at the moment, if he can just continue on this good strategy. But this group of 4 here with Delph, Stimpian, Leffler, and LaFaro, they are not letting up here. Is now Leffler going to go to the inside of Brad Delph here on the front straightaway.
Yeah, down across the start-finish line, half a car length lead for Delph, but Leffler has the inside going into 1. Hard on the brakes. Now here comes Stimp dive bombing up underneath Delph as well. He will move up to 6. Delph back down to 7th with LaFaro right on his tail end. Going to turn number 3.
I'm going to tell you what, if I'm Brad Delph, I'm checking my oil after that move from Steven Stimpian, because whew, that thing was, he sent that. That right there was a full send if you've ever seen it. And he's been doing that down in turn 1, very confident on the brakes. Now, back up into 6 with Leffler getting loose in the kink. See if these guys can go up here and catch Derek Love, as I think the pace there is still within the range for them to go up here and battle with Derek Love for that 4th position.
Yeah, Love in 4th position. He is 2.6 in front of Leffler. In front of Stimpian. I think at 1.3 in front of Leffler. They exit 6 onto 7 and 8. The big bank turn here at Daytona International Speedway. Waiting to see an airplane land in the background. Hadn't seen one yet.
Yeah, I've done a 24-hour race here before, Lee, multiple of them, and I tell you what, there's nothing like seeing that plane land constantly for 24 hours as you drive through the infield. Just, oh, there's the plane again landing. Oh, there's another one. If you counted one every lap you went by, you'd probably lose count because there's a lot of times you see that plane landing there. But, man, back to Hunter Hayward in the 10th position. He has not had the greatest race, but he's still in 10th, 50 seconds behind the leader. Also, the pace is not too far off of the guys up ahead of him. It's not out of range to say that Hunter Hayward could technically still drive up in to a top 5 position, only being about 13 seconds behind it with the pace he has right now.
Yeah, never count Hunter Hayward out. That's one thing we've learned from watching him over different seasons. Watching going through one. That pack of Love, Leffler, Stempia, Delph, LaFaro, Todd Neese. And now looking at Hunter Hayward, the 21. Off track.
Yeah.
Was that Cheswick?
I believe so. I believe that was the 6th. Yeah, he's off track here. He's going to be coming on track there. Hayward's going to go by. And Cheswick already one lap down in the 13th position. I believe Dave Bush is directly behind him coming out of the corner he was just in. So that battle not too far behind between 13th and 4th with Robert Cheswick and Dave Bush.
The 20 of LaFaro is catching up to Brad Delph and has been just chomping away tenths here and there. A little wiggly there from Hunter Hayward. Hayward is just, sometimes it's just not your race. And yeah. I'm worried that might be the case for Hunter Hayward on this night.
Yeah, just not getting up to speed, I think, right tonight with the cars. Something is not meshing with the 21 because I know Hayward. I've worked with him multiple times at road courses helping him, and he's a very talented road course racer, actually. Has trouble, in my opinion, on keeping the tires under him, but has the potential to become one of the best road course racers with a stock car, in my opinion, I've seen. I mean, the kid's got a lot of talent at a young age, but it just seems like this car not meshing. And I can tell you, this car does drive a lot different, guys. I've done laps in this thing a little bit at some of the road courses, and there's a few of the road courses that I feel I can really get around in this thing, but then I'm kind of thrown for a loop at the other tracks. So maybe that's just what he's experiencing so far. But I tell you what, the driver right now that's doing the most impressive for me is the one we got on camera right now. That's the 23 of Michael Rosario, because he is running our leader, Mark Whitley, down. And remember, I said Whitley, the one thing I know about him, he's got great pace, but does he have the total package pace with the long run? And can he not crack under pressure here at the road course? We'll have to see, because this 23 starting to close down that gap.
Yeah, cut it to 2 seconds so far. And we'll see once they make it around this time. Let's compare lap times on those two, Zach. And then Yarrow as well. Yarrow's about 11.6 behind Rosero at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment, the two leaders out front, they've been kind of in the 157s. Mark will hit a 158 every now and then. But Rosario, he's been kind of in the 157s the whole entire run, really, since they've got there. And then Steven Leffler is the other driver that I can see that has been able to reach down into the 157s. But right now, behind Derek Love, he is hitting 158. So maybe if he can get some clear track, he might be able to do something with Yarrow. But big check up there for the 23 as he catches, I believe, it was James Bryan in the 52 there off the exit of the chicane. And that did not help the 23 one bit at all.
No, I had to check up humongously. Gigantically. Almost went off track there, man. So so that's kind of rattled Rosero there a little bit.
Oh yeah, I mean he was being really consistent and smooth, and that one little thing can affect you at a road course. Just one car can get your head out of the game for half a lap, and that's all it takes sometimes to ruin a race for you. And he's got to get his head back in the game. I know that probably frustrated him a little bit, catching that car there and having to really check up. but right now is not the time to get frustrated. You got 20 to go, and you've been very consistent so far. And you can see these guys really working that wheel. It is very hot and slick out here today at the Daytona International Road Course.
Tyler Bentley out on YouTube saying, "Hey fellas, what's going on, Mr. Bentley? How are you?" So our ever-growing family continues to expand with the addition of Tyler Bentley here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. He'll be joining us starting next week. More information to come on that. But yeah, we just keep on growing. And, you know, sooner or later, the way that I look at it is I should be grandfathered in. As, you know, like, I just come when I want to. It's like, well, yeah, if a race is happening and I'm free, I'm just going to be there, you know. But I get my weekend nights though. I got my NAISCC Cup Series. That's mine. SRU. That's all. Yeah, 18's here tonight. Dun, 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 dun.
See, I know that, Lee. This week, I know I don't always know your references with pop culture.
Careful.
Oh yeah, big slide there for Rosario. You got the turtles, and you just can't hit those things, unfortunately, the way they are. I wish they'd put a curb there that you could hit, but just can't ride the curbs there, and that's really going to upset the car.
My pop culture references are usually older than you are. Looking at the 33 of Mark Koscheck, he's in 11th position.
He's looking like Hayward right now. He's got no hood. Both of those cars showing the nice inlets they got under them hoods there for the aero ducts. So nice little display of what we got coming in the next gen cars of technology.
The 53 of Dave Bush, my personal painter, having an outstanding tribute car here this evening in that number 53.
His cars are always fantastic.
They are. He is the designer from concept to delivery of the Freaky Fast fleet. I'd like to thank Dave Bush for all he's done, and actually sent him a message either last night or early today, and I was like, so how much for the next gen car? And he goes, well, how much do you normally pay me? I was like, well, nothing. He was like, yeah, so I'll have it to you in a few days.
That's a great guy. Dave Bush is
then I sent him iRacing dollars anyways.
Hey, exactly. See that, you know, don't ask and you shall receive, in my opinion.
But he's always got such great looking cars.
Oh, he really does, and you know he does a lot of paint schemes for a lot of other guys too. Lee, I know at least Hunter Hayward, I believe. I can't remember who else, but he definitely does a lot of cool paint schemes for a lot of guys out there. And the car he's got tonight is very cool. Wow, just look at them rotors glowing, Whitley. But look at that paint scheme, Lee. That thing right there. That guy just, I mean, I'm telling you what, he's got some of the most unique and original paint schemes too. That's what I'll give him.
Yeah, I mean, and he can take the most abstract thoughts of an ADHD mind, like such as mine, and then be able to make it come to fruition on a car. It's crazy.
I'll tell you what, it's not easy doing that either. I gotta give him credit because I do a lot of painting myself also for my team of guys, and it's a time-consuming thing. And if you really love it, I could see that being just something really fun to do. And he definitely seems to love that.
So Leffler right behind Love, battle for fourth position across the start-finish line. Yarrow in the 95 will remain in third all by his little lonesome. Sorrow in the 23. Still trying to chase down Whitley, who is now 4.5 seconds ahead of Rosero. Whitley in that number 77, leading the race. Looking at the one of Todd Nice now. Nice running in the 9th position behind Ferraro in front of Hunter Hayward, who's just trying to make the best of this evening.
Yeah, the 23 is his tires are gone. He's pretty much at this point hanging on to that race car. And the thing I said about Whitley, you know, blowing his tires off, he has impressed me tonight. He's proven to me that he worked very hard on making that something better in his arsenal. And this week here, that 77, he's continuing to pull away. And I like the form he's already shown early in this season for possible another championship.
Hunter Hayward trying to make a pass on Todd Neese. That is a battle for ninth position. Hayward clawing, scratching, crawling his way back spot by spot, now up to ninth and looking to chase down Ferraro, who is 3 seconds ahead of him.
Yeah, Whitley on pit road here, guys. The 77 first one to elect to do it. Looks like Michael in the 23 will stay out. Looks like Michael Yarrow in the 95. He's coming out of the chicane now. He will be coming to pit road.
So 1 and 3 come to pit road. Rosario will stay out. The 87 of Love will be the next one. He's coming through the chicane now with Leffler right behind him. They come out and Love will come in. Leffler will stay out.
Yeah, Leffler's staying out there too. Leffler's staying out there as Love was coming in. Leffler's one. Oh, he has a big slide into one. So these guys on the edge of the grip, and right here is halfway pretty much. You know, if you're putting here on lap 18, you got 17 to go. This is going to be pretty much perfectly down the middle for these guys. And this is exactly when I would figure they'd be hitting pit road. Oh no, the 72 of Leffler's off track, guys, in turn 3.
Leffler off track in turn 3, trying to get it straightened back out.
Yeah, it looks like he got it back going, but did lose at least a few seconds of time. That's not going to help him there because, remember, those other drivers pitting, they're going to be able to undercut him now.
Yeah, Whitley came out in second position. So Whitley will remain in second. He is 23 seconds behind Rosario, but Rosario has not pitted yet. So let's see if he does on this time around, as he is now coming through 11 and 12 and will hit the chicane. Kind of a telltale thing right here of, does he go ahead and pit and get it over with while he's got the maximum time between him and Whitley, or does he keep it out? Little wiggly, and will bring it into the pits. The 23 of Rosario onto pit road.
Yeah, I really felt like he had to do it that time. You know, if he stayed out one lap longer, it would have not been in his favor, I believe, as he's going to come to pit road this time as Whitley coming through the chicane now. Whitley will have a pretty sizable gap with this undercut, but if the 23 can do a better job of saving his tires, he might have something for that 77 here in the final run, because we've seen he was pretty consistent till up to those last 4 or 5 laps where it really started to fade.
Zero now coming out of pit road. Whitley going through 1 and heading down into 3 as we speak. So the distance between the two, 8.3 seconds, give or take, as Rosario continues to gather his momentum.
Yeah, and that cold tire lap here is going to be definitely interesting for him. You know, you got that pace lap, kind of build a little bit of heat in the tires before you come to the line. When you come out of pit road directly from the start, you have cold tires, and I tell you, that's a scary feeling going into 3, especially. It's that hairpin corner. The car really doesn't want to turn and then doesn't want to put the power down, so got to be careful. And then you head to the high-speed kink. So this track is very tricky on cold tires coming out of pit road. These drivers got to be careful through this phase.
Yeah, and he's slinging it too. Just absolutely slinging it around these turns.
And that's going to be that's going to build heat up in the tires. That's going to be a good thing to get the tires up to temp fast. But if you're taking wear and tread off the tires, that's just going to hurt your overall long run pace. So for him, he doesn't need to be sliding too much. Yeah, he does have a huge gap to catch up to Whitley now, but he's got to keep the long game in mind. With 16 laps to go, that's a long way to go in this race still.
Let's go to Stepien and Love heading into 6. This is a race for 4th position. Love in 4th, Stepien in 5th. They go down into 6, transitioning up onto the main track. Stemp will go to the inside of Love. Love will try to use that momentum on the high side. They will be door to door, and the race will be to the bus stop. Who will navigate that best? Stepien down low, Love to the high side. 3/4 of a car length lead for Love. Now making a full car length and a quarter. Hard onto the brakes going into the bus stop. Love will dive it down in. Here comes Stemp, and right behind them, Leffler got a heck of a run through the bus stop and says, "Let me join you fellas." Those 3 cars joining back up here on lap 19.
Yeah, remember Leffler, he went off track when he hit pit road and not far behind these guys. So for him to go off track and still be right here with the battle, that's good news for him, and having a little bit fresher tires. Leffler could be the one looking for fourth here when it comes down to the end.
Lap 20 of 34. We got 15 to go from the Daytona road course with Sim Racing Unleashed here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Lee Tidwell, Zach Hall, and Robert Amoy joining you. And Leffler's got a nice little run there out of one, now through two to the backside of Stympian. Stympian changes up his braking pattern, will close the gap to Love. And who can get the momentum coming here out of turn number 3, heading to the dog leg?
Yeah, it looks like a pretty even drag race through there, but Leffler pretty good through the kink there, closes in the Stympian into the braking zone here into 5. Now, who can get the run out of 5 to set them up to go down into 6 before they head off to the oval? Turn 6, very critical for setting up passes because at least that long straightaway before the bus stop.
So they all take it through 6. Leffler will now try to sling it up high, but will not be able to close the gap there as we spread it back out. 4/10 separates each one of these drivers. Love in 4th, Stympian 5th, Leffler in 6th. Top 3 still Whitley, Rosero, and Yarrow. And Mark Whitley has just been dominant this race.
Yeah, Whitley has been super strong at the moment, and with that gap he's got right now, he's just got to be smooth out front, not do anything, out of reason, and he should be able to come home with this victory. He can just keep it on the track, and I'm telling you that is not an easy thing to do. You got to race the racetrack just like you do almost at Darlington here at these road courses. Whitley cannot beat himself.
And that's something that we see no matter if it's a road course, a super speedway, a short track, an intermediate is, these guys are so good and so technical that a lot of times when something ends up happening, it is a self-inflicted situation that ends up costing them spots or could cost them the race.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it could happen in a blink of an eye. I mean, we see with Hayward, he had, a second place qualifying effort, was looking good on that first lap, and then made a huge mistake. Now look at him. He's, still battling here for position. This is going to be looking to go for 8th here on Todd Nice. So definitely rebounding well with a lot of damage. But I'm telling you, his goal tonight was to win, not battle for a top 5.
As we're looking at Hunter Hayward now in our best Grand Theft Auto camera angle. Got a little third person going on right there.
Yeah, a little third person. Actually, here we got the drone. Our drone's pretty fast, so it's able to keep up right
fast
with this
and
21.
maneuverable.
Yes, have you ever seen drone racing? We got that one. We got the fastest one possible, pretty much, as it could follow Hayward around this racetrack. Here is he did make that pass for 8th, so he's not got too far ahead of him, LaFaro too, and I think that's about what he can get. If he can get 7th, I think that'll be a good rebound for him with all the mistakes he's had here tonight.
You can see the glow of the rotors there under that heavy braking. Speaking of heavy braking, going through the chicane, Stympian behind Love bumps the turtle a little bit, gives Leffler an opportunity to start closing that gap a bit. But nice run for Steven Stympian, and let's give credit where credit's due. Kayla hadn't said a dadgum word in chat, and Stimp's running in 5th. So Kayla, even though I'd love for you to join us and interact with us there on YouTube and on the chat, like to welcome everyone joining us on YouTube, be it now on May the 30th of the year 2021 or anytime in the future. If it's in the future, do we have hoverboards yet?
Hoverboards, yeah. Definitely. I hope I would like to have one, man. Definitely would be
Well, like I said
interesting.
last night, even if it's a Fisher Price pink Barbie hoverboard, I'm fine with that. Just give me a real hoverboard. I mean, we were promised that in 1985. I'm old enough to remember that stuff. So where's my hoverboard?
Hey man, I tell you what, they definitely need to get on that because we need that
Robert
stuff for
Zemeckis
sure.
promised me that stuff. Yeah, I think we file a class action lawsuit.
Yeah, I think we should definitely too, Lee. But 1 second, guys, I gotta step away real quick. I will be right back, gentlemen.
So Zach's gonna take a quick potty break as we are looking at the 14 of Brad Delph. He has moved back to 10th position. Delph is up 1 spot from his start. So let's run through our top 10 real quick. Mark Whitley, Michael Rosario, Michael Yarrow, Derek Love, Steven Stempien, your top 5. Then you've got Stephen Leffler, Luke LaFaro, Hunter Hayward in the 8th now, Todd Neeson 9th. Brad Delph will be in 10th position. Looking at that trio of Love, Stempien, and Leffler, we've been watching them majority of this race now with 12 laps to go. They have been battling lap after lap. And once again, those rotors just glowing, fire engine red as they come through these turns.
That is correct. Yeah, Lee. Well, I'm going to hop in here until Zach gets back from whatever he has to do. But yeah, Lee, just watching these vehicles, this is the second time, like we said at the beginning of the broadcast, that we all are basically just getting used to these vehicles, and seeing the rotors glow, that is something new that we've not seen in iRacing platform. And just the way these cars are handling and acting on a road course. There's a lot of lockup on the brakes like we explained and Zach explained. But overall, the racing looks good. I don't see no difference from the regular Gen 6 cars compared to these cars, as what I'm trying to say here is guy-wise, as drivers. Like Mark Whitley, if it was in a Gen 6, he'd probably dominate in this race even in the Gen 6. So, but these cars do look a little bit more stable from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, and these cars are fun to drive. They really are. But it's still a learning curve with the 5-speed sequential transmission, with the bigger brakes, with the way they handle, with the aero, everything about these cars.
Yep.
They're not Gen 6. They are a completely different beast, and they react different, and still trying to learn that for each and every track and each and every make. And yeah, it's an interesting process as we head down into the chicane. Got some lap traffic of Dave Bush. Bush will keep it to the inside and let the 3 go on by. Love, Stempien, and Leffler.
These guys here, these Love, Stempien, and Leffler, they're about ready to go a lap down too, though. They're 53 seconds behind Mark. They're about a minute ahead, I guess. Never mind. It takes a minute 55 to get around these. Okay, never mind. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
And I'm back, guys. It's Stempien.
Oh, lawn mowing.
Oh no.
And he's
Go the
still
other
lawn
way.
mowing. The other way, Stemp, the other way. Where are you going?
Dippins is trying to find a way to get back on track. There goes Love and Leffler. Stempien spinning it around.
It
I
disqualified him.
Yeah, it DQ'd him.
Oh, no.
All right, well, I'm going to hand it back over to Lee and Zach Hall as we got 11 laps to go here with Sim Racing Unleashed, gentlemen.
Stemp gets disqualified after hitting a curb, bends it into the infield, and that is all she wrote. Man, unfortunate there.
Yeah, and it looks like he'll be able to go back out on track as they have cleared his disqualification. It does that so quickly. The problem for there is when he was that far over that way, it thought he was going the opposite way on the track. And iRacing does not like that action, and they will definitely take you real quick off the track as he got it clear, but he's now not going to be racing for position and be a lap down, definitely, as Whitley's got by. And I tell you what, the battle for the lead, though, could definitely be heating up as Michael Rosario is catching up to Mark Whitley here each and every lap, now in the 5.5.
Well, not only that, Hunter Hayward is now up to 7th position and is chased down LaFaro.
And his pace is really good. A 155.009 with all that damage. I'm telling you what, Hayward.
Oh,
You know,
and
wow, yeah.
LaFaro overshoots. Hayward's going to let him come on back up, but then he's going to zoom on past to the outside, headed down into 1. But yeah, LaFaro misses the chicane. Oh, it bumped him.
Oh no. And LaFaro right to the rear end of the 21, 20 into the 21, trying to become 22. And looks like it turned into 23 as here comes Hayward. I don't know if we're going to see any. Oh, he's pretty close.
Yeah. Is there going to be retribution here to the high side? LaFaro will be like, I tell you what, man, that's my bad. Go right ahead.
I think that's definitely what happened there, Lee. He said, you know what? Go on.
So Love and Leffler continue to race it out along with Hayward and LaFaro. The 77 of Mark Whitley will continue to be our leader and will be 4.8 seconds ahead of Rosario in 2nd position. The 95 of Yarrow will be in 3rd, and Yarrow, he's 32 seconds behind Rosario.
Yeah, he's got a long way, between him and the 23 and him and the 87. So right now he's riding pretty much for 3rd place at the moment. He just needs to bring it home. The gap still up front is closing in. Mark Whitley letting him close that gap. I don't know if Whitley's definitely, with that big a lead, Whitley just needed to save his stuff. No reason to burn your tires up. And I don't know if that's the case. Maybe he's getting a little nervous too. I tell you what, because out front in a road course, I can tell you very specifically, when you got some pressure, it's very hard. And you get very nervous and that foot starts to shake. That brake pedal doesn't work as well. And, we've been talking all night about, I think, Hayward's, damage that he has on the car. But with that hit to the rear end of that 21 from the 20, that rear bumper case is gone on the back of the 21. He has no hood, no bumper. I mean, he pretty much doesn't even have a next-gen car now. He's just got the chassis, no body panels.
Lap 26 of 34. We've got 9 laps to go. The 72 of Leffler looking to chase down the 87 of Love. That is a battle for 4th position as they head into turn number 6. Love and Leffler, they will know each other very, very well after this race, as they have stared at the back of each other the entire time.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have some good memories between them two. I mean, if Stippian didn't have that major mistake, it was going to be, that 3-way battle there between those guys. And now Love trying to hold on to that with Leffler still in position. Leffler was a little bit better as the run went on last time. We'll have to see if that continues, because 8 laps here, you think 8 laps at an oval, that's not a lot of time. 8 laps here is an eternity. I mean, it's 2 minutes almost to get around here every lap. So just 8 laps itself is going to be 16 minutes. It's 16 minutes of hell pretty much around Daytona.
Through the chicane, Love and Leffler trying to make it through the turtles, and does. Both of them are so smooth when they drive this car.
Yeah, they really are. There's not a lot of sliding between these two. That's one thing I like. A lot of guys, when they are on, especially when you're running for 4th, 5th, 6th, they're searching for more. They're trying to figure out why the guys ahead of them got more pace, so they overdrive the race car, slide around a lot. That leads to them struggling all longer. What I'm liking is these guys are driving to the level of their ability and not overdoing it. They're not sliding around a lot. They're just out there making laps, and that's what's going to get them the best position and the most points.
Whitley goes around Dave Bush, and that puts us now with 12 cars on the lead lap. We continue to ride along, and look at those brake rotors once again of the 87 of Derek Love, and then you can literally see the trail braking going on as they get brighter and then start to slowly dim, and it's just insane.
That is pretty interesting. You can literally watch, I mean, almost the trail braking effect there is they put all that heat into the tire, like I said earlier, it gets as bright as possible, and that fades out slowly back to a cool rotor. And, man, that is a really cool effect. Got to give credit to iRacing there for getting that done pretty well there.
Get her done. You know he don't have a southern accent, Larry the Cable Guy?
Yeah, he's from Connecticut, right? I think.
Hey, he's a Yankee, dude. I mean,
I was about to say, yeah, he's from Connecticut, so.
I don't think he should be able to use our accent.
I think it's wrong, too. It's not very nice.
It's not.
Only we can talk like this, Lee, okay?
Nerf herder. If you've seen Family Guy, Star Wars, you understand. Lap 27 to 34. We got 7 laps to go as Leffler and Love will now go through the chicane once again. Looking at the one of Todd Neese. Who's back there with Neese?
Looks like Brad Delph.
Yeah.
Delph was running 4th at one point and had a mistake through the pit sequence there. Got him way back here, but he has been running quicker than Todd Neese by about 2 seconds. So we'll see how long it's going to take him to get up here and battle. And then Luke LaFaro not too far ahead. He made a mistake coming out of the chicane also.
So Whitley will continue to lead. He has now put Stimpy in a lap down. In second position will be the 23 of Rosario. Rosario running 5.7 seconds behind Mark Whitley and just throwing it through the bus stop. Trying to gain as much, I mean, every 10th he possibly can.
Yeah, man, he is attacking this racetrack right now. And the last 2 times by, he has been slower than our leader. So that pace he had, into the wall there, trying to get the most out of that turn in. Going to catch the wall a little bit and lose a little bit of speed on entry. No harm, no foul. He keeps it going. And, man, with 6 to go here, I believe the pace and the tires are starting to fall off of this 23 as I think Whitley had the chance out here just to ride around and really pace himself as with that big lead he had.
Yeah, the 23's he's trying his best to sling it around and catch up. And now Stimpian will be between Whitley and Rosero. So a little bit of a rolling roadblock there as they go around 3. And you can see that 23, he's trying to get on it coming out of the turns, but that back end, those tires, they just want to spin it on around. They want to shake a tail feather, so to speak. And he is doing everything he can to just keep a hold of this car, sling it around, like they say in Days of Thunder, loose is fast and on the edge you're out of control. Right now, Michael Rosario is close to being on the end.
Yeah, he's really attacking all the corners, and that's just overheating the tires, I believe, at this point. I mean, he had to do it, though. With a 10-second lead like Whitley had after the pit stops, there was no other choice from the 23 just to go out there and put down the fastest laps he could and see if he could somehow keep the tires under him and maybe make Whitley get, somewhat of a thought by looking in that relative. But just no result or no cracking for Mark Whitley here tonight, and he's kept calm and cool out front as with coming to 5 to go. He's looking to have a pretty commanding lead. As we watch Yarrow here, he got Gid still 41 seconds behind the leader. He has got a good country mile ahead of him and a good country mile behind him. So looking pretty safe for 3rd at the moment.
Yeah, Rosario did run fastest lap of the race on lap 23, 154.217. Whoa! Missed the chicane, yeah.
Unfortunately, that's probably going to take any chance unless Whitley has some type of major issue with 5 to go now for the lead. But I tell you what, that battle for 4th, it looks like it's ended as Steven Leffler has got by Derek Love with some type of mistake as Love is multiple seconds back now as he slots back to 5th with Steven Leffler up to 4th. Yeah,
no idea what happened there as we were watching the 23 of Rosero. But Love is now fallen 5 seconds behind Leffler. Hunter Hayward up to 6th position in that 21 zone.
Yeah, and what is he? He's had, I would say, 3 to 4 major incidences this race, and really 3 of them by himself. So he's got to look back at this race and be mad at himself, but also be kind of happy that he drove back to 6. I mean, He is the points leader Aaron tonight after winning here at the Daytona Oval. And remember, not too long ago, this guy was the champion here at SRU. So he wants to be back in that championship slot. And Whitley out here taking back hold of that throne here tonight so far, with looking to be forward to go here soon for him, and bringing home that first victory of season 10.
So as we watch the 77 of Mark Whitley go through the bus stop, no one in front of him, no one behind him. It's just smooth sailing. And it's his to lose with 5 to go at the Daytona Road Course. Memorial Day magic for Mark Whitley.
He's definitely. Oh, sorry about that, Lee.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, he's definitely made magic here tonight. This guy has put no foot wrong so far. And I'm telling you, this is an improved Mark Whitley I'm seeing. I've raced with this guy for a long time, and he is looking into form that I haven't seen him before. So this is a scary, scary picture for these guys if he's doing this well at a road course.
Yeah, Whitley has really turned it up. I started watching Whitley a little over a year ago. And to see the progression in him, one that reminds me of the same type of progression is Brandon Colley.
Yeah.
Brandon Colley started off as one of those, consistently inconsistent racers. And then you see him start putting more and more together and stronger, not only lap by lap, but race by race. And now he's competing with the big dogs week in, week out. Mark Whitley, same thing, wins SRU season 9, comes in season 10, and now leading race number 2 here at the Daytona Road Course.
I'm telling you, winning a championship can change you. It really can. It can put you in a completely different mindset as a driver. And I mean, just straightforward to put it, winners win. I mean, when you get in that mentality of you think you're the best out on the racetrack and winning is the only thing crossing your mind, you usually can execute pretty well if you're a driver that's good in those situations. And right now, after the second race, he's shown to be, a favorite again coming into this season as season 10. That would, to go back-to-back in championships, that would not only be a huge thing for him, but in the next gen car too. 2 different cars, back-to-back seasons. That just shows how good this guy is in the 77.
So, yeah, Colley agreeing with my statement there on Facebook. Thank you, sir. Colley driving the 42. Oh, off track there. Who is that? Todd Neese. Looks like he got a little bit squirrely. Now he has Delph right behind him going into 3.
Oh, yeah, battle heating up there for that position in that 8th spot. Todd Neese got Brad Delph all over here, exiting 3 down into the kink of 4 here and then down to 5. Delph with a huge run through the kink.
Huge run now heading into 5. Looks to the inside. Neese is going to slam that door. They go all the way around 5. Now head into 6. There's a lot of radio chatter concerning Hunter Hayward right now. Not exactly sure what's going on with that. We'll try to get some more information as we come out of 6. Looks like Delph got a little loose on that. It's going to give Neese the opportunity to put about a second between the 2.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out exactly what's wrong with the
Eek.
Ooh.
Almost ran over Cheswick.
Yeah, almost caught Cheswick in the wrong spot there. There's just 3 to go now. LaFaro is catching up with Hayward here for that 6th position. If Hayward makes a bad lap here, we could see LaFaro be in position. Oh, he locks up there going down in here. And I believe that's where he made a mistake last lap. LaFaro a little bit better through here. He's going to gain some more time. With 3 to go, he's got a shot at the top 6.
I think there's a black flag on Hunter Hayward for cutting the track, and he is expressing his points on that. And he didn't slow down, and then the black flag threw on him. So I think I just heard a thank you come from his radios. I think the admins cleared that. So not sure exactly what happened, but he even had LaFaro on there helping plead his case. So, Matlock himself, Luke LaFaro, doing an excellent job lawyering on the part of Hunter Hayward.
Yeah, I think he helped him out his competition a little bit, but that's some good respect between the guys out there on the track. And man, it's unfortunate. I don't know exactly what happened. Oh,
Yeah,
Delph, yeah.
Yeah, Delph's looking to the inside of Nice through the kink. Now going to 5. Delph's got the run. Nice is going to have to let him go on by. Try to pull it back inside coming out of 5 as they are chasing down Cheswick. Headed to 6. Nice will be behind Bradley Delph through 6. And a nice pass there by Mr. Delph's going to be able to hold on to it. Back onto the main track.
I'm gonna tell you what, Lee, that was a ballsy pass around the outside of the kink. He made that thing stick, and he deserves 8th after that. If he can get back around and hold on to this, that'll be a heck of a pass there, getting himself back up to that top 8. But Whitley now going through turn 1 and 2 of the oval. Oh, I missed the bus stop.
The 14 of Bradley Delph missing the bus stop. Is going to have to slow way down and take that penalty. Sliding up underneath him will be Todd Nice to overtake 8th position. And that's going to probably be a complete loss of position for Delph, as I don't think he's going to catch back up with Nice. And then the 77 of Mark Whitley we're watching now coming through the chicane when he crosses the line. Zach, 1 lap to go. Barney the flag guy unraveling the white flag as we speak and waving that little arm. One lap to glory for the number 77 of Mark Whitley down into 1.
What a race he's had here tonight. Pretty much dominated this thing from start to finish. Can only say he's not led at least a few laps here tonight during that pit sequence. He's just been spectacular on the brakes, off the brakes, on the throttle, everywhere around this racetrack. The 77 has had the match for anybody out there as he navigates through the infield for the final time tonight. He's definitely going to have a smile on his face on this final lap.
Somebody was all the way off track there out of 3 as Whitley came by. I'm not sure exactly who that was. Whitley will take it through 5. And heading it back in. Right behind Mark Whitley, we have Todd Nice and... Who is that Stimpian? Yeah, Nice and Stimpian. Yeah. That's a battle for 9th position.
It actually is, yeah. Stimpian's drove back. Oh, man. What a drive for Stimpian back to there.
Stimpian looking to try to catch Nice. Let's go back to the 77 of Whitley, who's just in front of them, going to the bus stop now. Whitley a half a lap away. And all he's got to do is just keep being smooth. You know he's butter because he's on a roll. Mark Whitley going through 11 and 12 on his way to victory here at Sim Racing Unleashed at the Daytona Road Course. One chicane to deal with is right in front of him. Cheswick just blew through the chicane. Ooh, got a little squirrely coming out, but here he goes. The 77 of Mark Whitley, victorious at Daytona.
Man, what a race for himself and the 77 to win here at the road course tonight. Looks like Todd Nice going to hold Stimpian off for that 9th position.
And the 23 of Rosero coming over the line now. The 95 of Yarrow in 3rd position. He's way on back, going through 3 and 4 of the oval. And it just shows the domination of the 77 of Whitley. The only person that had any opportunity to give him any trouble in any way, shape, or form in any time of this race was the 23 of Rosero.
Yeah, it was definitely his chance to be able to battle with him, but just a little bit right before that first pit stop happened, lost control of any bit of pressure he had on Mark Whitley. Whitley got that pit stop happen before him, got the gap, and was able to save the tires from there. What a win for that 77. And what a top three here with the two Michaels and the Marks. It's a M type of day for Memorial Day. Wow, what's up with all the M's?
M&M's. M&M.
I think that means Kyle Busch might win the race tonight. I don't know.
Well, instead of waiting for Mark Whitley to do another 45 seconds to the start-finish line, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll get your top three finishers, Mark Whitley, Michael Rosero, and Michael Yarrow, to talk with Zach Hall, Big Mac himself up in the booth. We come back here to Sim Racing Unleashed on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. We'll be back in just 2 minutes.
All right, we are back here, everybody, for our post-race interviews tonight at the Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series here, Next Gen Cup Series, I must point out, here at the Daytona International Road Course. We got our top two finishers here tonight, Michael Rosero, and we'll go ahead and pull him up. Hey, Michael, it's Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy? Hey, Michael, it's Zach up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy? I think your mic is muted if you didn't know.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I got you guys. What's up?
Hey, man, well, a great race for you tonight, man. Here, first season at SRU, man, and coming out here tonight at the Daytona Road Course, and it would bring home second. And I tell you what, that first, before we hit the first pit stop there, had a lot of pressure on Whitley. Just seemed like he lost a little bit of pressure on there as we went to the pit stop phase, then had to catch up a good bit there and use up your tires, man. But what a race for you tonight. Explain to us
Yeah.
what a battle it was.
Oh, yeah, that was that was really insane, especially with this new next gen car. It was like really loose on the tires when it got started. Wore out. Gave it everything I got on those first half and the second half. And yeah, we were putting pressure on Steven, and then after the first pit stop, we just started like falling back a little bit, and then just started making more mistakes. But yeah, I think I could have made less mistakes and maybe challenged him for the win. So yeah.
Yeah, it definitely was very interesting tonight. You know, with the next gen car is a lot of new stuff we're learning here with the car. You know, kind of compared to us, you know, what do you feel like the differences and, you know, the strengths and maybe weaknesses of this car compared to the last car?
So when you get loose, it's like really hard to save with the Gen 7, but with the old Gen 6, you could pretty much save it if you like go pretty much full car on the grass, pretty much like Dukes of Hazzard or something. But with the next gen car, if you like barely touch it, you're pretty much gone or just and going into the wall. But also it's like yeah yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same, like, when on exit, like, it's like you just have to take it easy on the throttle, even though there's like way more grip, compared to the Gen 6. But I don't think there's really that much differences there. It's just I think it just needs some fixing it up, and then I think it'll be a good car to play with on iRacing.
Yeah, definitely will be. It's definitely a car that's in development still, so it'll definitely have some growing pains it'll have to go through. But man, what a great run here tonight for yourself. We head off to Texas next week, and that's our first real. You know, we had the Daytona Oval, but now we head off to the Texas or intermediate track. So, have you done any intermediate racing with this car, and how do you feel about going into Texas?
No, not really. I haven't really done any intermediate racing. I am excited though, since it's my home track, and yeah, hopefully we can get the dub next week at Texas. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely going to be an exciting race next week at Texas for this next gen car. We're excited. We're going to be learning a lot. Have not seen many intermediate races with this thing, so it should be fun to watch. Before we let you go, Michael, for your second place finisher tonight, man, anybody wants to send a shout out to?
Yeah, shout out to Luke LaFaro for providing us with a good strategy, and yeah, thanks to the whole team. Thanks for Talent Jake for spotting me the good majority, a good portion of the race, and yeah, I think that's it.
Well, awesome stuff, Michael. Congrats on second here tonight. We'll catch you at Texas next week, buddy, and we'll see how you can do there.
Yep, I'm excited too. So yeah,
All right, you have a great night, Michael.
yep. Thank you guys. You too.
All right, everybody. That was your second place finisher on Michael Rosario, as he was able to bring home second. But now we got our race winner, Mark Whitley, up in the booth. Mark, you got a copy. This is Zach Hall.
Got you loud and clear, Zach.
Well, I tell you what, Mark, buddy, it's good to be back here at SRU, and man, you have not skipped a beat, man. Back after winning the championship last season, now you're gonna come out here in the second race and get the win at the road course in the next gen car. Just explain to us, man, because you looked perfect out there tonight. I did not see many mistakes out of yourself.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's ever you can have a perfect road course race because you're always going to miss a breaking point or something. I know the beginning of the race I kept missing turn one for some reason. I was braking about the same spot, but it just wasn't gripping. It was pretty slick out there. But my whole goal is I knew I had speed. It was just about just keeping all four wheels on the track, and I think I finished the race with no incident points, which is what I wanted to do. I knew if I did that, I was going to be tough to beat because I know for all the practices we had, I was toward the top of the charts on all of them. So I'm like, all right, as long as I can keep it on the track, I'll be fine. Michael started worrying me there a little bit on the second run because he started catching me, and then I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, he lost a lot of ground to me, and after that, I just knew it was just taking it easy and just making my laps and making sure I just got to the end of the race because 11-second lead on a road course is pretty good, but I, on that last lap coming off the last chicane, I think I got a little throttle happy and I almost looped it around. That would have been a bad way to lose a race on the last chicane, but it was just about keeping all four tires on the track and just trying to make it as smooth as possible.
Yeah, man, you definitely made it look smooth out there tonight. Myself personally don't have a lot of experience really in the next gen car around the road courses. No, we got different gearboxes now, definitely different, just aero, suspension, everything. I mean, well, what do you feel like? I asked Michael about this. What do what were you feeling different out there tonight in this next gen car, and what do you feel like you took a liking to? Because man, I'm telling you what, you look really good out there.
Yeah, it just feels like, which I think this is the whole point of one of the points behind this next gen car. It feels like it's actually supposed to be on a road course. I'm sure the old Cup cars, they didn't feel like they belonged on a road course. So these, I mean, they're still not like a LMP2 or something we run the 24-hour race in, but they are definitely more suited to a road course. They got a little bit bigger brakes, this is sequential gearbox. They just have a little bit more, I guess, dartiness. Like they'll you can point and go. We ran the Xfinity cars on Wednesday, and you could just tell the difference. They just felt like the cars were twice the weight, even though they're about the same weight, and it just felt sluggish. And this one, it feels a little bit more zippy. It's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with these. I had a lot of fun with the old Cup cars, but yeah, these are just fun to drive, especially on road courses. They're gonna make for an interesting rest of the season. I kind of wish we had more of these road courses, but I think Dave Bush, he probably wouldn't appreciate that too much. I know he doesn't like these too much.
Yeah, definitely. Not some people definitely not a fan of road course racing. Trust me, I wish we had more road course racing too, buddy. But man, next week we'll head off to Texas. That's where kind of I don't even know what to expect. Like I said, not much experience for myself in seeing much next gen action. Have you done much testing at the intermediate tracks yet, Mark? Because what can we expect to see at Texas? I know it's gonna be a lot of probably side by side racing and wild action, but what are you thinking?
The best way I can describe it, it's not 100% accurate. It would be kind of like pack style racing, and there's gonna be, especially if we can get a long green flag run, there's gonna be some comers and goers because I know you can a lot of mile-and-a-half tracks with these things. When you're by yourself, you can pretty much flat foot it. They're all the way around for 10, 20 laps, and not break a sweat. When you get in the draft with these things become tight, they become loose. It's just they it's a lot more fun to drive in the pack. It's a lot more hair raising, but you're definitely it's going to be about who can keep their tires on. And toward the end of the run, I think the people that are going to take it easy and be more toward the back, they'll probably be able to hook the bottom a lot better and just kind of drive around the guys that were up there dicing and slicing, running their tires off. I think this new car, especially on 1.5 mile tires, are going to be even more important than they have been the last couple of years on iRacing. It's just these cars, they grip so well, and if your tires start eating up, if you can hook the bottom and somebody can't, then you're going to pick up a lot of time on them. So I think it's just going to be about maintaining your tires, but also you can't also don't want to be 20th on back because like I said, pack racing, kind of like Talladega we saw or Daytona a couple weeks ago, and I got caught up in the mess. It's just you want to be in front of enough cars that you won't get wrecked, but you also don't want to be like using your tires up too much at the beginning of a race. So it's going to be pretty interesting, I think.
Wow, yeah, that definitely makes me pretty interested, man. Great way to explain it there to all the fans at home, Mark. But man, I tell you what, again, another dominant performance here, man. It's the kickoff season 10, trying to go back to back with your championships, buddy. It's definitely a good way to kick it off here for yourself. But before we let you go and get prepared for next week at Texas, man, anybody want to send a shout out to?
I just want to give a shout out to my family, my mom, my dad, my granddad. I know they're all tuning in. I got a text from all of them. It was actually my granddad's birthday a week or two ago. I'm bad. I don't remember exactly what day it was, but it was like last week. So happy birthday to him. My wonderful fiance that's sitting in the living room right now, kind of waiting for me to get off. She's always supportive. And I also got to give a shout out to Dave Bush. This awesome paint scheme y'all saw tonight. This Memorial Day scheme. I had him throw it up real quick. He on short notice, he's able to throw one together for me, and it looks amazing. My granddad actually was in the Vietnam War, so always good to remember our armed forces on this weekend.
Definitely right, Mark. I tell you what, it is definitely a beautiful scheme. Dave Bush knows how to make a great one. We actually brought that up during the broadcast. So, yeah, man, I tell you what, that 77 looked very good out front in the patriotic colors, and it was flying out there front and first, man. So, congrats on the victory here, the kickoff of the season here in race number 2, man. We'll catch you next week at Texas, buddy.
I appreciate it. Oh, and one more thing, I got to give y'all a shout out too, because can't wait to go back and watch this race because y'all always have a very interesting broadcast, so it should be fun to watch. And all those fans tuning in, got to put on a show for them.
Yes, man. Thank you very much, Mark. I hope you enjoy it, buddy, and we'll catch you next week at Texas.
All right, later, guys.
Yeah, you have a great night. All right, everybody. That was your race winner, Mark Whitley, after a dominant performance here at the Daytona International Speedway on the road course. He was able to really bring home that performance, but we'll go ahead and bring up our final results here tonight from the Daytona International road course, as Mark Whitley was able to bring home that victory in front of Michael Rosero, as Michael Yarrow able to bring home third. Unable to talk to him, unfortunately, as doesn't have his mic set up tonight, so we'll get to talk to him at some point during this season. Fourth is going to go to Steven Leffler in the 72. Fifth is going to go to the rookie of Derek Love. Sixth is going to go to Hunter Hayward after a wild night, to say nonetheless. Seventh is going to go to Luke LaFaro. Eighth is going to go to Brad Delth. Ninth is going to be Todd Neese. Rounding out your top 10 after getting DQ'd at one point is Steven Stippian. 11th will be Mark Koschik. 12th is going to go to James Bryan. 13th is going to be Dave Bush. 14th is going to be Robert Cheswick. 15th, Kerry Chim. 16th, Lane Doyle. 17th, Aaron Brown. And that's going to round out your field there, as the rest of the field did not start here tonight. And, man, what a field of 17 cars here at the Daytona Road Course League. It was a fun race, but Whitley putting on a dominant performance after his championship last season.
And described us interesting. So, I'm very thrilled with that accurate analysis of our broadcast. Anytime we can be called at least something halfway as nice as interesting is a good note for us here on the A team with Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Robert, another great night of SRU action as we get ready to pack it up from Daytona and get ready to start another work week with Freaky Fast.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Thank you, Sam and the whole crew, Lee, Zach, Sam, Brandon, everybody that calls all the races here at Freaky Fast. But like everybody said, get ready to enjoy our holiday tomorrow. I want to say thank you to everybody who has served and has served in the past. And we salute you, everybody in the military. And let's not forget the fallen that sacrificed their life for us to have our freedom of what we do day in and day out. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be where we are today. And I'm a strong believer in that. But Also, just to let everybody else know, I'm not sure what the week looks like. I do know tomorrow night we might be live tomorrow night at Watkins Glen. I got to find out from the below if they're having a race or not. Haven't got word back on that, but if we do, we'll be heading off to Watkins Glen tomorrow at 8:30, and then Tuesday night we're going to be with Evolution Racing League, and then of course Wednesday night we will have Underdog Racing, action-packed racing all week. So again, thank you everybody out there for tuning in. You know what to do with the stream. Make sure you share it with your favorite platform out there, your social media platform, whatever it would be, Facebook, whatever, wherever you want to share it. We do much appreciate it. But well, we're gonna sign off here. I'm just rambling on. Again, God bless everybody. We love yous all. Peace out.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.